fall season is absolutely stacked. I'm just going to basically run down a list of shows that are coming out, when you can watch them, where you can watch them, and we can just have like a quick little chat on them to kind of just say basically a little preview. Not our full preview. We're going to have to wait till we're going to do a later episode where we do like a really more detailed preview.
More in-depth preview, yeah.
Yeah. I think you can look forward to that in probably like 2 to 3 weeks. So.
Here's a little tease for that coming up.
Yeah, teaser for sure. First one, I think pretty much everybody knows here. This is, Cole gives us bi-weekly updates on this anime for the past, like, what? The entire length of the podcast, pretty much?
Cole's not here.
Chainsaw Man. Yeah.
Cole's not here, so you have to fill in.
Yeah, exactly. Chainsaw Man by Studio Mappa. It's coming out October 11th, and you can watch that on Crunchyroll. There is a ton of hype behind this one. It looks like they've done it right. Like, they are animating it extremely well. I just don't see how this is not going to be the one everyone's talking about.
I mean, people are already talking about it. And if that says anything, imagine what it's going to be like when the show actually comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they actually, like, they put the budget behind it, too, and it's Mappa. We trust Mappa, I think.
It's crazy, though. Like, when we were at the convention, people were already, like, dressing up, talking about it, and, like, going around buying prints of it. That's not something you normally see for things that are only a manga.
Yeah. I know. I've been thinking that for a while, too. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, this is not even an anime yet, and people are cosplaying. Like, it's hype.
It's insane.
And I think it'll do well, too, because, like, Fujimoto, that's the guy's name, right?
Yeah,
the manga
Fujimoto.
Yeah. He kind of wrote the manga with like an anime in mind almost. Like he writes things like a filmmaker kind of.
Yeah, so like if you look at any of his works, really, they're written as if it's like a storyboard, really. Yeah.
So I think it'll do pretty well. And I think we'll move on to the next big anime that's coming out that everyone's going to go nuts for. Spy Family Part 2 by Cloverworks is coming out on October 1st, also on Crunchyroll. There's going to be a theme here of Crunchyroll.
Yeah, just a few.
Just a couple.
Zaina, you're pretty familiar with Spy Family.
I'm so excited.
Yeah?
So excited.
We're going to meet the dog, finally.
I know. We're finally going to meet the doggo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bond's a good boy.
He is a good boy. It looks like it's basically just going to be like that whole arc for probably at least the first half of this second part. So that'll be good.
And the first season was so well animated, did a really good job of adapting the original manga. So like I have full confidence in this second part.
I'm happy they're doing it in 2 parts too, and they actually took a break in between because it kind of means like they don't feel rushed. They can actually like just do it properly. That's always good. Speaking of taking a break in between seasons, we're going to talk about Mob Psycho 100 Season 3.
What
coming
a segue, Michael.
Thanks, Jake. Studio Bones is doing this one. It's going to come out on October 5th. If I was smart, I would have wrote down which day of the week these were. But I'm not smart, so I didn't. Crunchyroll is also where you'll be able to watch this. Jay, I don't think I've ever heard you talk about Mob Psycho. Do you have any feelings towards it?
I like Mob Psycho. I got into Mob Psycho because I really liked One Punch Man, and first season was all right, but it really started getting good around season 2.
I agree. Yeah.
And I think season 3 is just going to be amazing. They already released the OP for the season, and it's amazing. And apparently the entire show's already done. So like, and I think it was like something around like 12,000 frames of animation or something like that.
Yeah, there was some kind of story that came out about it, and that's pretty hype.
Like, it seems like it's going to be really good. These first 3 shows are just going to knock it out of the park, I think.
Yeah. Do you think this next show, My Hero Academia Season 6, also by Studio Bones, coming out October 1st and also on Crunchyroll, is going to knock it out of the park? I know you've read the manga, so you actually know what this season's about.
Yeah. Full disclosure, I still haven't seen season 5, so I don't know where that left off. Do you know it by chance? Season
5 ends off like basically right before Shigaraki, I guess he's about to transform or something, and the League of Villains kind of is doing their thing.
Okay, so it's the villain arc.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd say this is going to be decently hype. I think that the hype for My Hero Academia is kind of dying down a little bit.
I
for
agree.
sure.
Like, I used to, like, love My Hero. Then last season, I was just kind of like, this is okay.
Yeah,
I just feel less excited for it, but I'm still going to watch it.
The manga's also kind of been, like, meh recently, so... not really looking too good. But I mean, what the like I'm looking forward to seeing what people feel about the show. I hope it's good.
I hope it's good too.
I think it. I have a feeling it might redeem itself a little bit, but I don't want to go too far with that.
Yeah.
So this one and also Spy Family come out the same day on the 1st, so they'll be coming out on Saturdays.
Yes.
Chainsaw Man comes out on the 11th, which is a Tuesday. So Tuesdays you got Chainsaw Man, Saturdays you got Spy Family and My Hero Academia. And then on the 5th, you will have Mob Psycho, which is a Wednesday. I managed to look up a calendar, so very talented.
Very high tech of you.
Yeah. Next up, we got Bleach 1000 Year Blood War Arc by Studio Pierrot.
Yep.
Coming out on October 10th, which is Thursday.
Monday.
So there's Thursdays.
Monday.
Yeah. You're right. How am I allowed to do this?
How did you pull out a calendar and Jay still got it right?
Yeah. What's going on? Jay, do you have a calendar up?
I do.
Jay just got
I do have a calendar up.
This is now your responsibility. I also couldn't find like an actual confirmation it's coming out on the 10th. It just says it is in some places, but there's no actual announcement. There's also no announcement where it's going to air on the site either.
Disney.
Viz did say that it's being simulcast, so at least we know it's not going to be stuck in Netflix jail or something.
Yeah. There was this rumor going around that Disney had it, and I think they have it in Japan, but I don't know where they're getting it over here. I'm just going to assume Crunchyroll.
I feel like they do have it in Japan, and things like Spy Family are on Disney Plus in Japan, so like that's not really too big of a deal, but hopefully somewhere like Crunchyroll gets it, because that would be pretty cool. But I feel like if Crunchyroll had it, they would have announced it already.
That's what I kind of think too.
Yeah.
I think it feels like summertime rendering all over again, and I'm very uncomfortable with it.
It's kind
You
of
know what I
nerve-wracking.
mean?
Yeah, I know it is kind of nerve-wracking.
Yeah. This one I sat down Zaina before the podcast and made her watch the trailers for every single one of these. And I could tell when she was watching the trailer for 1000 Year Blood War Arc.
You know what? I looked excited.
Yeah.
I've never watched Bleach before, but that one, when I watched the trailer, I was like, you know what? I could see myself watching this.
It feels like out of the big three, the one I would bet you would like the most, honestly. I'm surprised that One Piece is your choice.
Well, I've come so far.
It's crazy that the big three are just like, I mean, One Piece is still going, but like Bleach is coming back, Boruto is going strong.
Technically, yeah.
Okay, I say strong, but like I'm gonna put a big asterisk next to that.
It's going.
Boruto's going. Yeah.
But
what about Blue Lock?
Man, honestly, this is gonna be the dark horse of the season.
I have a feeling you're right there. It's by Studio 8-Bit, coming out on October 8th, which is a
Thursday.
And it's going to be on Crunchyroll. Jay, talk about Blue Lock.
Blue Lock is a very different sports anime. It's a soccer anime about basically they're in this facility that is trying to weed out the best forward men in soccer to play for the world, the national team. And like it takes it in like a very self-centered approach. So like, they incentivize like wanting to be the one to be the star MVP kind of thing, rather than like playing it like a team. And I think that that's very interesting because like that goes against everything other sports manga try to do.
Yeah.
So
usually it's like, we need to play as a
team, and the and the like rival teams or the enemy teams are the ones that are like all about like
self-centered and stuff. Yeah.
So just seeing
that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like I'm watching Aoashi right now, and it's like, it's just your standard like, I need to play as a team.
Yeah.
I need to be less of an individual.
Yeah, and the art is very good too. The mangaka who did this manga was an assistant on Attack on Titan, so like you can, it's kind of similar in art style, and it looks like you can tell it's by like this guy worked on Attack on Titan.
Yeah. And also I like what they did with one thing Cole always points out is he likes the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
They do cool stuff with the eyes in the preview for this one. So that's like little fiery bits.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of fiery bits, To Your Eternity Season 2 is changing studios. Studio Drive will be doing Season 2. And this will come out on October 23rd.
That is
which
a Friday.
Is a
Sunday.
Friday.
It's a Sunday.
Wait, I'm looking at... Yeah, sorry.
I'm looking at...
Oh.
I had to close my calendar for a second.
Welcome to Anipro.
It reopened to October. Or it reopened to September.
That's okay. It's going to be on Crunchyroll. Zaina, you liked the first season of To Your Eternity.
I did. Yeah, and the season 2 looks really good. It looks sad. I mean, like season 1 was sad too, but like season 2, we were just watching the trailer for it, and he just wants to be alone.
It's all about loss and moving on and stuff, so it's kind of...
I've always been nervous about checking out To Your Eternity because, like, any of those series where it's very heavy and heartfelt, like, you really need to be in that headspace to get into it, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Honestly, with this one, Jay, I think you'd be better off reading the manga, I think is my take for you on this one.
Honestly, you're probably right.
Yeah. I'm going to rely on you, though, to tell me about Uzaki Chan Season 2 by Studio Engi, coming out on October 1st, which is a Saturday. And they haven't announced where this one's airing. Uzaki Chan Season 2?
Yeah, I mean, it's really a slice of life. I haven't read the manga. I think Cole's more into this than I am because I think
we're missing Cole on this one.
He's actually seen season 1. But
you haven't?
No. But it's a slice of life rom-com about a girl and guy in college, and that's about it.
Yeah. I watched the teaser for this one with Zaina, and they were clearly trying very hard to not show her giant bazongas the entire time. So yeah. I'm sure there's still a lot of it though.
Yeah.
So if you like giant bazongas, check out season 2.
If you like giant bazongas.
Or check out season 1 and then watch season 2.
Yeah. This next one, Jay, The Eminence in Shadow, I watched the trailer for it. I didn't know anything about it. Mm-hmm. It feels like a Jay show all the way. It's by Studio Nexus. It's coming out on October 5th, which is a Wednesday on High Dive, your nemesis.
Yep.
You sound like you have thoughts on this one.
So I love the Eminence in Shadows light novel. It's basically, I know that there's a manga or something like similar to this, but it's essentially an isekai where the protagonist is a big chunibyo who, like, if you don't know what that means, it's basically like someone who thinks like he has powers and like he has like that kind of stupid thing. So he makes up this whole story to these new friends that he makes about like a secret cult trying to take over the world and how like it's up to him to stop them. And it turns out that this like false story is actually true, and there's actually like a secret cult with the exact name that he made up. And so all of his friends are like actually trying to stop it, and he just thinks like they're playing along with him.
Okay. The reason I said this one would be for you is because it looked very edgy and it had a lot of elves in it.
Yes. So all of his friends are female elves, and
is that the one that was like Gamma?
Yeah, yes. They all had like edgy names.
Yeah, so Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Epsilon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, honestly, I'm really excited for this. If only it weren't on High Dive, I guess I have to get it now.
It's cheap, get it. Yeah. And then I'm also going to rely on you to talk about Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun Season 3 by Bandai Namco, October 8th. I've lost my calendar here.
Which is a Saturday.
Thank you, Jay. And we don't know where it's coming out.
Probably Crunchyroll, if I were to guess, because they have season 1 and 2. Iruma-kun, if you like the first 2 seasons, you're probably going to like this. It's basically about a human being adopted by a high-ranking demon in the demon world to be his grandson, and he dotes on him and sends him to the demon school because he always wanted a grandson to dote over. And because he's human, he has to hide that fact from all the other demons at the school. So hilarity ensues and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's kind of exactly what I expected it to be.
Honestly though, like it handles its premise really well, and it feels slapstick to a degree, but like it's definitely something to check out because it's really good. It's not cheap in any way.
That's good. Next up we got Urusei Yatsura, the remake by David Productions, coming out on October 14th, a Friday.
Yep.
And that will be, they haven't announced where. This one's got to be Crunchyroll, I got to imagine.
Honestly, I feel like it's going to be a High Dive show.
You think so?
I just have this, like, I have no
feeling?
basis for this. I just have this gut feeling that they're going to put it on High Dive, and it's going to be their big announcement of the season.
One of these question mark ones will definitely be a Netflix show. I'm just calling it now.
Honestly, Urusei Yatsura could be Netflix, but I don't know why. There's just this gut feeling that that's saying High Dive.
Is it because you really want to watch it and you don't really want to get High Dive?
That could be the gut feeling.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Reincarnated as a Sword by studio C2C, coming out September 28th. This is the first of these to come out, and it's coming out on High Dive. I watched the trailer for this one. It actually looked, I was expecting it to look stupid, but it honestly kind of caught my attention a little bit. It's some like little wolf girl who like meets this sword who's also a person who's reincarnated into it, has like eyes and stuff, and it makes her a really strong warrior or something.
So I don't
gives
know.
her power, is what he said.
There's this weird niche trend that's been going on lately where a lot of light novels are coming out of people being reincarnated as inanimate objects or like various creatures. Like there's reincarnated as a dragon, in another world as a vending machine, reincarnated as a sword. Like, so strange, but
yeah. It's almost like they're like running out of ideas. So they're like, what if he was a sword?
Yeah. What if instead of he has a sword, what if he is the sword?
Yeah. What if he becomes a vending machine? Yeah,
So
I don't know about
strange.
this one, but I'll watch an episode or two for sure. I'll definitely watch this next one, Gundam Witch from Mercury. If you don't know, I love Gundam stuff. This one's by Studio Sunrise. It's coming out October 2nd, and they haven't announced where it's going to air either. This is super interesting. It's like the first Gundam series to ever have a female lead in it.
Oh, interesting.
So that in itself is interesting. It looks like the animation's really good. Like I said, I made Zaina watch all of these, and she even kind of like...
Yeah. No, I don't particularly like Gundam just because I'm not really into robot anime, but the animation for it actually looked pretty eye-catching, so...
Yeah, like the characters
Nice.
all look super interesting and stuff is definitely caught my eye. And then that's the last of my list.